How's it going, guys? So, Everton won, Chelsea nil, and you'll suffer more disappointing results in a season than losing away to Everton. But given our current form and their current form, this definitely was a winnable game. We controlled the match, but didn't have too many outstanding performances. So, let's get into the player ratings. Edouard Mendy, 5 out of 10. Last week I gave Mendy a little bit of criticism because he was too hesitant coming off his line, and then this week it's pretty much the exact opposite. He got this massive rush of blood to his head, he charged off his line to try and close Dominic Calvert-Lewin down. I'm pretty confident that Thiago Silva had the situation under control, but no, Mendy comes in, feckin' battering rams Dominic Calvert-Lewin out of the way, gives away the penalty. But apart from that moment, he was as solid as ever, so I think 5 is a fair result. Reece James, 8 out of 10. Okay, I said there wasn't too many outstanding performances in a Chelsea shirt in this one, but the closest we'll come to that was Reece James, because if anyone told you that the best player in a Chelsea shirt wasn't Reece James, I'd ask them if they even watched the game. His crossing was brilliant, his defending was spectacular, 1-on-1 versus Richarlison, he came out on top almost every single time. We may have lost the game, but through no fault of Reece James. Kurtuma, 7 out of 10. If Reece James was the best player in the pitch for a Chelsea perspective, then Kurtuma was probably second. He's really maturing, literally game by game, you can see it. He's growing in confidence, he's growing in stature, he wins almost every aerial duel he gets into, he's making less of those silly fouls that he was really problematic for giving away. And it's good to see, because obviously Thiago Silva isn't going to be at the club for that long in the long run, so Zuma needs to be the one that steps up, and he looks like he's already doing it. Thiago Silva, 6 out of 10. Okay, I know I said that he probably had the situation under control when Mendy came out and cleaned out Dominic Calvert-Lewin, but with that being said, he probably could have done a bit better to not let Calvert-Lewin get as far as he did. He also picked himself up a pretty silly booking later on in the game. Ben Chilwell, 4 out of 10. Okay, yeah, this is where it gets a bit worse. Chilwell had, in my opinion, the easy task of marking Alex Iwobi in this one, and he made a tits-up job of it. Iwobi got past him on multiple occasions. Then, midway through the second half, he also gave away a penalty and was just lucky that VAR intervened to rule it out for an offside in the build-up. N'Golo Kante, 6 out of 10. It's always hard to criticise Kante too much because his job in the team is to break up play, and he never fails to do that. But once again, in possession, he just wasn't quite up to standard. I think in the first 10 minutes alone, he knocked the ball straight out of play 2 or 3 times. We play well when Kante brings a bit more to his play on the ball, and unfortunately in this game he didn't quite have that. Mateo Kovacic, 5 out of 10. This was a very didn't do a whole lot right, didn't do a whole lot wrong performance from Kovacic. I think somewhere like 25 minutes into the first half I saw him closing the ball down and I went, oh yeah, Kovacic is playing. He really didn't do much, and I would have liked to have seen Billy Gilmour get a start in this one. Mason Mount, 5 out of 10. I think this might be the worst rating I've given Mason ever since I started doing these videos. He's normally extremely consistent, but unfortunately not on this occasion. He was bad, let's be honest. He had a free kick towards the end of the game that smacked the bottom of the post, and if that had been a few inches inside, it could have been a very different story. I don't think Pickford was getting to it, but not to be. He also had a few corners where he clearly was trying to execute something from the training ground and he messed them up every single time. I'm not sure if even his teammates knew what he was trying to do. His passing wasn't up to its usual standard. He didn't drive at the Everton defence as much as I would have liked. So yeah, hopefully he improves in the next game. Kai Havertz, 3 out of 10. I know this seems very harsh considering he's still settling in. He's just back from illness. He was playing out of position, but at the end of the day, when all you're trying to do is play a simple 8, 9, 10 yard pass, none of that crap should matter. You should just be able to do it with your eyes fecking closed if you're an £80 million player. Kai was rubbish in this game, and I don't think he could have been taken off early enough. Timo Werner, 4 out of 10. While Kai Havertz on one flank was guilty of getting on the ball and then doing nothing with it, Timo was guilty of just not getting involved with the play at all. He really didn't threaten much. I can't remember him even having a shot off target, never mind on target. He seems to be sulking, being put on the wing, and to be honest, I do think that this was a game for him to be up top, but at the end of the day, you got to play well in the position you're put in, and in this occasion, he didn't. Olivier Giroud, 3 out of 10. This one hurts because I love Giroud, but he really didn't get into this game. And I know people like to say, oh, if the striker's not in the game, it's not his fault, it's the midfield's fault for not getting him the ball. But with Giroud, it's different because normally he does always get involved with the interplay. He holds the ball up really well, and on this occasion he absolutely didn't. I think he only had about one chance all game, and it was actually a really good chance, and he skied it. Not Giroud's best outing. I don't think that this was the game for him, considering Everton played with 4 centre-backs across their back line. All that being said though, we know he's capable of so much more, so hopefully Lampard doesn't go losing the faith with them because of one bad game. Anyway guys, that's it for this one. I know that it seems like I was fairly harsh, especially on the attackers, but I think we only had 3 shots on target in this game, and all of them came from either Reece James or Kurtuma, so kind of gives you an idea of how our attack was in this one. But if you agree or disagree with my ratings, be sure to comment below, like if you did enjoy, subscribe for more footy chats, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next video.